Hi everybody, welcome back to Crypto Events Announcements. My name is Yves-Laurent Kayan, I'm your Crypto MC. Please welcome my today's guest. He's from Luxembourg. He's Yves-Laurent Kayan, the founder and CEO of Coinplus, and he also will be the distinguished speaker at the Chainpoint 19 conference hosted by Vigan Rushanyan and his brilliant Armenian blockchain Noor Team Association in Yerevan, Crypto Armenia, in October 14 and 15. Yves-Laurent, it's a great pleasure to have you on the interview today.
Thank you. Hi.
For those who may be not familiar with you, could you please give us a bit intro, tell about yourself, and what are you working on in the blockchain industry right now?
I am the CEO and founder of Coinplus. We have founded Coinplus 5.5 years ago in Luxembourg because we wanted to make it easier for people to access Bitcoin and crypto. I'm coming from the gaming industry, the retail gaming industry, and I saw a lot of my connection, my network, moving from Bitcoin, from gaming to Bitcoin early 2010. So in 11 and 12, I was thinking about that, and I joined the movement in 2012-13. The point is, because I wasn't able, I'm not an engineer, so I wasn't able to build my own Bitcoin client and to hold myself the private keys. So it was very difficult to trust a website at this time and to give, even to give a bank number, a card number. So it was very difficult. So I met a lot of people from Paris network. It was a lot of people there interested in Bitcoin, and I met a lot of brilliant guys. They educated me very well, and so now that Coinplus is 5.5 years ago, we offer very specific way. We have another way to generate and securitize private key. We are not using these password, passphrase, or those 12 or 24 words.
Well, I always ask speakers from different countries about the crypto shapes or crypto site of their countries. We don't hear so much about crypto Luxembourg and crypto France. Could you please tell us what are these crypto France and crypto Luxembourg?
Yeah, there is two different countries, Luxembourg and France. France, until 2 years, was very not very positive, and it was not a Bitcoin friendly or blockchain friendly country until 2 years. Luxembourg, in opposite, very early in 2014 was really Bitcoin blockchain positive. And I will talk a bit about Luxembourg first. The regulator very early 2014 accepted to talk to crypto company or Bitcoin company who wanted to establish themselves in Luxembourg, as to give them a license or a green light to operate. What does that mean? It means that when you have the green light, not a license, but the green light to do what you want to do inside the Bitcoin industry, it's just a way to have a bank account, a corporate bank account. Because the difficulty, and it was very critical in Paris, 2014, 15, 16, to get a corporate bank account within a bank. It's still quite tricky in Paris, and it's not very easy in Luxembourg, of course, because of the threat that bank can face. So we came in Luxembourg because of that very positive mindset, and we found that it was really easy to talk to people there. Small country, but very business-minded country. You can talk to a lot of people, any kind of level. You can talk to regulator, to banks, to people. So what we wanted to do is to make it differently to address people. I'm saying that twice because in France, you could ask, at this time, you could ask people to hear you, to listen to you, but as the country was not Bitcoin friendly, a lot of people turned their face on Bitcoin at this time, and it was really difficult to educate someone here in Paris. But in Luxembourg, it was very easy. Everyone was going blockchain, was very interested in blockchain and crypto. From 2 years, there are either in Luxembourg and Paris, and even in Germany, there are different ways of handling this blockchain industry. Regulators have given green lights so far, even in Germany or in France, for real estate transaction. Even in Luxembourg, Coinplus has participated to the first real estate blockchain transaction. It was this year, last May, and it was done by a company called Property Token. As well, in France and in Germany, they accepted as well a real estate blockchain transaction. So what is going on there? They are very slowly accepting blockchain as an industry. They are starting with the real estate because it can be handled only by people or by professionals themselves. So they don't have to accept someone from outside. The real estate blockchain transaction that has been done in Luxembourg has been done by a Property Token. So there are two companies, Crea House and another company. There was a lot of PR about that, even worldwide, because it was the first real estate blockchain transaction in Luxembourg. And as you know, Luxembourg is very well known about the fund industry. About the fund industry, they are thinking about a lot of things. They are looking at different kind of option solution. And as it's a very focused industry, there are a lot of initiative made by the ALFI, the Association of Luxembourg Fund Industry. In France, I am not very close to what is going on, so I cannot be the good interlocutor to tell you what's going on. But now the bank in France, a big group, because France has this particularity, there are a lot of big groups inside France and specifically in Paris. And banks are now open and are working very hard for the 3 last year to implement everything, to test everything, and they have done this work. They don't say that, but when you are invited to explain what you are doing, they tell you that they are already done and test a lot of blockchain, a lot of solution to be able to answer the request they got from their own clients. So I'm not very close from what's going on in Paris, but I'm now, Coinplus is now part of Chain Accelerator. This is the incubator of Station F. If you don't know what Station F, this is the biggest incubator in the world made by Xavier Niel. And so Coinplus now has like a bureau in Paris. So we are going to go back in Paris and to have our first meetup this month, late in Paris, late this month. So we are going back as well closer to our customer, as we have a reseller there, but we can talk about that later.
Thank you for this very detailed explanation. Now we know more about Crypto France and Crypto Luxembourg, Crypto Europe and whole. Why did you decide to share your ideas and experience in another small and progressive country in Caucasus? I mean, Yerevan, Crypto Armenia.
The very specific thing that is not linked to business is that I am Armenian origin. So I don't know if you are speaking Armenian, but I was, this is my mother language, so I'm very happy to go there. This is the first time I will go back, I will go to Armenia. I have never been to Armenia so far. So I'm very proud to go there. About the business, Chainpoint has chosen the card we are selling, the solo card, to make a present to all the participants of Chainpoint. And they will maybe explain themselves what they have in mind to make it very friendly and to make it funny. So there is another thing that is to share what we have done in Luxembourg about this real estate, the first real estate transaction that we have participated. We have participated in this way. We have provided the token issuer with a card explaining what's inside. It means that when you got your card, you got your token and nowhere else. So we have a specific way to do that, to establish, to produce the card and to put the public address on that and to put what's going on, what will make you easier to withdraw your token or to transact your token. But the thing is, there is no passphrase, there is no 12 or 40, 24 words. When you are looking at that, this is your property token. What does that mean? That is, when you are looking at your token, this is your token. This is the proof of key. This is what Coinplus is doing. So we are going to share this wonderful experience in Armenia, and I hope to see a lot of people from this region, from Moscow and from elsewhere as well. I will speak in a panel about this real estate transaction.
Well, by the way, we need to mention that Armenia and France, they have very strong historical traditional relations in alcohol production industry. When we talk about Armenian cognac, we think that cognac came from France, because cognac is the France, right? So that's another story. We'll talk about it, of course, in Armenia. Yerevan, what are the main trends in industry you are observing as an insider, main trends right now in the blockchain industry worldwide?
The thing is, today the trends are institutional. And probably this is not a very short-term trend. I think that it will be a long-term or mid-long-term trend. The institutional have not the same reaction as retail or in private or individual people. What we have seen those years is that there were about 50 million people as an individual interested in having an account. What we can see is that there are quite 50 or maybe now 60 million accounts. We don't know if all the accounts are active, are the same, etc. But we can say that there are not much more than 60 or 50 million accounts. What we can see is that now even the biggest country are very focusing on understanding what's going on with the blockchain. Prior to that, this 2 years, 3 years era, it was another time. It was the time of Bitcoin as the money laundering, as drug money, as etc. But they didn't succeed in stopping that. Not the fact that it was a drug industry money, because the statistics shows that it's not. So prior to that new trends, it was an individual going on and injecting money, maybe losing money, losing their hope of making 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times their investment. And I don't recommend anyone to spend what they cannot afford to lose inside those crypto and currencies, digital currencies. But now, all the regulators have a position that maybe 2-3 years ago they didn't. Maybe they didn't have any clear position on what's they are accepting in their own jurisdiction and what they are not accepting. In Luxembourg, for instance, if you want to open a fund, you will maybe be invited to think about a new way and not really going into crypto itself, but making a bridge between the fund industry itself and the crypto industry itself. So the fact is not to put any risk on the fund industry, opening a door of the crypto industry. So the bridge is quite very thin, And the trend is not to open a fund now in Luxembourg, but to implement those new trends that are real estate transaction, or maybe innovation within edtech or within health tech. It can be insurtech as well. As you know, in France, for instance, there are big insurance group. They got a branch in Luxembourg, and very, very newly, there are a new initiative in Luxembourg to make it happen. This is brand nation recognition. When you are saying that, let's make it happen, you can make it in Luxembourg. So if you have an insurtech or health tech idea, you can come as well. It's not linked about the fund industry. Coming back to the trends, if you are looking to the new crypto, there is something happening about the mainstream. Libra has announced something. There were Bertrand Perez was in Paris last. Bertrand Perez was in Paris last month for the very opening or the pre-launch of Paris Blockchain Week Summit next April. And Bertrand Perez explained a lot of things about what's Libra and what is not Libra. And as you can see that there is a lot of big initiative. It's not a crypto itself, it's a movement. If you are seeing to Libra, there are a lot of K players inside, and there are, maybe yesterday they announced the confirmation of K players such as Visa, I think so, if I am not mistaken. So there is the Telegram crypto, there is in France a specific crypto backed by K people in the digital industry, such as Xavier Niel, the founder of Station F and the founder of Free telco company. And there are other kind of big coin initiative. Then the trends are how these crypto initiative will be understood by the regulator. And what we have seen is that even the US guys came in Switzerland to talk to Libra. So they want to understand what is Libra, what is Calibra, and they will do the same maybe, and they will make their own use case or education with Libra with regards to other kind of Telegram coin or Amazon coin or other, because they will not let the trend go without themselves. And Libra, there is something about Libra, is Libra awakes a lot of people. And I understood that very early in 2019 when my mother asked me, hey, did you hear about Libra? Because I saw that on the French TV channel. So I was very happy because my mother was now aware about something inside this blockchain industry. And the trend is that those big initiatives will come now. And it's very helpful for us because all of the industry is struggling finding new business model or real use case, such as real estate transaction. So those Libra and those other coin, or it's not a coin, but all those initiatives will open the mainstream area. And we are entering this new era of mainstream.
Yeah, I totally agree with you that the main trend is 7.5 billion of planet Earth inhabitants are facing crypto and don't know what to do with this for now. And that's a very good opportunity. So finally, Yves-Laurent, whom will you recommend to visit Chainpoint conference in Yerevan? What type of person will mostly benefit from attending this conference?
Chainpoint is now international initiative. It's not only regional. There are another guy from Paris, from a company called Wharton going there. There are other companies from Paris as well, from elsewhere. There are a lot of K people, K speakers, such as people from another company located in Luxembourg called APLA. There is Arif Akan and so much other speakers, very well-known speakers, not very new in this industry. So we have this type of veteran. I'm part of this veteran profile, and we can talk about what was Chainpoint or how this industry turned on. And people who are attending this Chainpoint in Yerevan, maybe we'll have another way to understand blockchain, the new trends, what's going on outside the region or outside CIS, outside Armenia. And I hope that Armenia will have now regional leadership within blockchain industry. They can do that. They have a very strong economy now. They are very blockchain positive. And I think they can handle something dynamic within this industry. So attendees can have a lot of feedback from everywhere, from people from everywhere, and can have very specific way to understand what's going on in blockchain industry and new trends.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are seeking the right time, right place this fall, please mention and attend the Chainpoint conference in Yerevan, where more than 40 speakers from more than 20 countries worldwide will be gathered, and you will feel the spirit of this forming Caucasus hub named Crypto Armenia. So please find your promo code Romanenko at CP19 for a 20% discount. And by the way, we can also meet with you at other events this fall. So check the cryptomc.com and find the list of events and the promo codes. Subscribe our Facebook page and YouTube channel for next speakers interviews. Yves-Laurent Kayan, the founder and CEO of Coinplus from Luxembourg and partly from France, and Eugene Romanenko were with you. Thank you for watching. See you in October 14 and 15 in Yerevan, Crypto Armenia, at the Chainpoint conference. Stay tuned, stay crypto, and thank you very much, Yves-Laurent.
Thank you.